rub her eyes over and over, as if trying to confirm whether she was seeing things correctly. Her worldview, solidified over thousands of years, seemed to shatter completely before this inexplicable floating block of wood. Teyvat wasn't unfamiliar with materials that could float. After all, the Jade Chamber hovered above Liyue Harbor, supported by floating stones. But this piece of wood, it wasn't just floating. It looked as though it was rooted in the air, like the roots of a tree embedded in the soil, except now embedded in the sky itself. What is this? Some kind of floating wood. Keqing stared at the block, dumbfounded. Ryen merely smiled without answering, letting the mystery linger. Instead, he took out another stack of birchwood blocks. Under Keqing and Ganyu's watchful eyes, he jumped up and placed one block beneath his feet, stacking it as a makeshift platform. Then, in a seemingly impossible display, Ryen started ascending, one block at a time, standing firmly on each before placing the next. Reaching the roof of the house, he casually placed another block in front of him, and then turned back to break the blocks he had used as steps. There he stood, balanced on a single wooden block hovering midair. With their eyes wide and their jaws practically on the floor, Keqing and Ganyu watched as Ryen repeated the process. Place a block ahead, break the block behind. Over and over. He built and destroyed a pathway, floating in the air like it was the most natural thing in the world. Even with her thousands of years of experience, having lived through the Archon War, Ganyu found herself utterly speechless. There was no material in the world like this, wood that grew in midair, defying all logic. If Ryen had the time and resources, would he be able to pave a floating pathway all the way to Inazuma? Ganyu's mind was filled with countless questions and protests, but she didn't even know where to begin. Seeing that his gravity-defying performance had more than served its purpose, Ryen broke the last block and jumped back down. Waving a hand in front of the stunned pair, he chuckled. Snap out of it. No need to be so shocked. No need to be shocked. Keqing pursed her lips, her frustration barely contained. How could anyone not be shocked by this? Were they supposed to just nod and calmly accept floating wood as a normal occurrence? Ryen, Keqing began, but was interrupted when he tossed one of the wooden blocks toward them. The previously 1 cubic meter block now shrank to a palm-sized piece, gently floating midair. Ganyu, try picking it up, Ryen said with a grin. Oh, Ganyu, still in a daze, reached out to grab it. The moment her fingers closed around the block, her expression changed dramatically. While she wasn't struggling, it was clear from her strained movements that it took considerable effort to lift it. How is this possible? Ganyu stared at Ryen, her voice tinged with disbelief. This tiny block, it's heavier than crystal or of the same size. Unfazed, Ryen shrugged with a casual smile. Well, that's only natural. Despite its small appearance, what you're holding is actually a solid cubic meter of birchwood. Is this some kind of adeptal art, like Sumera's concept of subspace creations? But even Lord Cloud Retainer's most intricate techniques aren't this precise. Ryen shook his head. This is just the most basic material from that world. I haven't modified it in any way. You can call it birchwood in its raw form. And this, he continued, gesturing to the block, is one of the unique characteristics of that world. Taking out another stack of birchwood blocks, Ryen motioned for Keqing and Ganyu to follow him outside. Once outside, he began stacking the blocks on the ground. Most materials in that world, whether they're wood, stone, dirt, or sand, exist in these block-like forms. And the most fascinating part? They're completely collectible. You can mine them, gather them, and store them. A single type of block can be stacked into groups of 64, provided you have the strength to carry their combined weight. If you've studied quantum mechanics, it might make a little more sense. It's similar to quantum superposition. Of course, this isn't the most important thing, he added casually, continuing to place blocks as he spoke. As Keqing and Ganyu watched, he effortlessly used his inventory to split the birchwood blocks into planks at a crafting table, then began assembling them into a structure. In under 5 minutes, a small house, a simple wooden box, stood before them. Though plain in appearance, The speed and ease of its construction left both Keqing and Ganyu utterly flabbergasted. A single birchwood block can be broken down into 4 planks, which can then be crafted into tools or even buildings, Ryen explained. And this, he added with a wry smile, is just the simplest of operations. There are also ores, minerals, and countless other resources in that world, each with unique properties waiting to be explored. So, to summarize, Ryen spread his hands with an exasperated smile. The resources in that world are abundant. Just developing even a fraction of them would be enough to make Liyue the supreme power of this world. It would also be enough to make one person instantly become the strongest being, standing at the top of the world. But as you both know, abundant resources and infinite possibilities come with their own set of dangers. I can't do this alone, so I need your help. Ryen spoke with tact, but both Keqing and Ganyu understood the underlying meaning. At this moment, Ryen wasn't just talking to the two of them. He was engaging in a conversation between Ryen himself and Liyue. The clear implication was that Liyue could use the resources of Ryen's world to accomplish their own goals, while Ryen needed Liyue's help to develop his world, fulfilling his own mission and plans. It was a mutually beneficial arrangement, nothing to be concerned about. After a brief pause, Keqing exchanged a look with Ganyu. Instantly, the aura around Keqing shifted. No longer was she the gentle young woman from before, but rather the poised and powerful Keqing, the star of Jade Balance. Ryen, I understand what you mean, but we are friends, and there's no need for all these roundabout words. If the world you speak of is real, then I can speak on behalf of Liyue to say that we are willing to offer our assistance. We will also be grateful for the opportunity you've given us. At the same time, we will find a way to inform the Geo Archon and officially sign a contract with you, guaranteeing your safety here in Teyvat, ensuring that no one dares to covet your world. As she spoke, Keqing suddenly paused and let out a light laugh. By the way, Ryen, your roundabout way of speaking reminds me a lot of the older members of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Ryen let out a chuckle and shrugged. After all, in my previous world, I was also a part of the system. Upon hearing this, Keqing's eyes brightened. Really? That's great. I knew Ryen must have a unique perspective on governance. Ryen, if you have the time, could you tell me more about your world? Seeing Keqing once again becoming excited about governance, Ganyu couldn't help but pat her on the shoulder. Keqing, now might not be the right time to talk about that. Oh, right. Keqing rubbed her brow in realization. Sorry, I got carried away. It's fine. Ryen shook his head, then snapped his fingers. A large, mysterious door slowly materialized behind him, glowing with a faint, enigmatic light. Well then, as friends, would you like to join me in exploring another world? Keqing and Ganyu exchanged glances, and the next moment, they both chuckled. Of course, we'll make sure to protect you.